Okay, can you take me back to the beginning with how this project came to be?
I'm always looking for the new opportunity to bring energy savings to our customers. And when I saw daylighting at one of the energy conferences I attended, I realized this is the next best thing. And why do we daylight schools? Well, schools have been a perfect opportunity because the benefits to a classroom are, there are many. Not only on the energy side, but on the quality of light, which basically has an impact on their capability, their learning capabilities. The schools that we have converted to daylighting have actually had increased test scores. They've brought 2 schools now out of the underachieving range to the overachieving range the first year after they daylight the facilities. Daylighting is simply a process of introducing sunlight into a building. You can cut a hole in the roof and let the sun shine in.
Typical skylights.
The skylights that we are a part of, we don't manufacture, but we do utilize the skylight, has a sunshade, motorized sunshade. In many applications, you're dealing with a drop ceiling, so you have to build a light shaft to get the light into the room. And the light shaft is Celotex material, reflective foil coated Celotex. We get that down to the T-bar, and then we simply put a lens over the light shaft to disperse the light evenly so there's no hot spots and nice even light distribution. Looks no different than a 4x4 fluorescent fixture that would be laying in that ceiling. In fact, in many cases, those that are not familiar with skylighting, they think that that is nothing more than a fluorescent fixture.
Okay.
Not realizing that that's just nothing but sunlight shining in the room. Of course, we control the sunlight. That's our term for daylight harvesting. And we control the lights. We have occupancy sensing, part of the control. Time of use, we have sunshade control, ventilation control, and light level control, along with measurement and verification.
So how do you control the lights and the shades, and how do you do this?
We have developed a strategy that we've just gotten patented that allows us to, in working with the skylight manufacturer, to control their sunshade, and allows us to set a fixed foot candle for the room, and all rooms can be different, and we can maintain that light level by varying either the lights with a dimmable ballast or opening and closing the sunshade.
This is all day long you're maintaining 50-foot candles and no one can tell that that ballast is modulated or the shade is modulated. It's all happening smoothly.
That's correct. It is. We have developed the system so that it's not perceptible to the human eye. The rate of change is such that we can make those changes, and to the occupant, they don't know that it's occurring.
Do I have a problem with cooling, with bringing all this extra sunlight in these shafts from the roof?
I guess the best way to explain that is the amount of heat that you introduce through this skylight is negligible. Sure, you can measure it, it amounts to a very small amount. But if I take the fixture and a typical classroom, there's 16 to 20 fixtures in a classroom. The temperature coming off those fixtures is in the neighborhood of 100 to 135 degrees, times 20. I might have 4 skylights in that classroom putting out 7 degrees. So what's going to be easier to cool? 20 fixtures putting off 130 degrees or 4 skylights putting out 7 degrees? So if I got 4
7 degrees above ambient?
Yes, above ambient.
Okay. Interesting. Yes. The heat's trapped between the lens and the skylight?
Yes. The heat rejection is in the 90% range. So from the glass itself, you don't get a whole lot of heat from it. Now you've built the light shaft, you put a lens on the bottom of the light shaft, you've got another cushion.
Have you partnered up with a manufacturer for daylighting that you're particularly happy with?
Velux is the largest skylight manufacturer in the world. They have locations in 40 countries. They have selected us to be their control partner because they don't have a control system in place. They have a national selling force that's in the process of selling skylights, because when I travel around the country with Velux putting on these seminars, Velux will do the daylighting component and I will do the control component. Naturally, whoever's region we are in, we just left LA, and there will be a project taking the steps necessary to daylight at a facility there. The local control contractor will ultimately get the work to install this system, and that'll happen anywhere in the country that these seminars
So our
take place.
our customers need to have a relationship with the local Velux sales rep.
If one of your customers calls you up and is interested in moving forward, we will get them in contact, or you will get them in contact with the Velux rep in their area so that they can work in conjunction with one another, because Velux needs them as much as we need Velux to bring the sunlight in.